Glory to Jesus Christ. Today is Sunday, April the 10th, the fifth Sunday of the fast. We remember St. Mary of Egypt on this day. And as we were finishing up social hour today, I mentioned to somebody how if I could just somehow stay in liturgy, that would be a wonderful place to be. Although it's good to gather socially with everybody, but there's something about liturgy that is just so incredibly fantastic. There's no earthly words that we could use really to give it any justice. But as we really dig deep into liturgy, we do understand that it's nothing short of being in the kingdom itself, whether it's the icons that surround us, looking up and seeing Christ in his glory, everything accomplished, referring to the things that have come to pass for us, the cross, the tomb, the resurrection on the third day of the ascension, even the second coming, that everything points to that in liturgy, it's about being in the kingdom. And I can't help but remember the story of when St. Vladimir had sent emissaries to find, in essence, the true faith. They wrote that we went to Greece, to Constantinople, and the Greeks, including the emperor himself, led us to the edifices where they worship their God, and we knew not whether we were in heaven or on earth. So this idea of how beautiful the church is. That connected me today to look at the psalm we'll look at, which is Psalm 47. So let's read the psalm and then we'll come back to this topic about the beauty of the church. Great is the Lord and greatly to be praised in the city of our God, in his holy mountain, well rooted in joy throughout the earth. The mountains of Zion, the sides of the north, the city of the great King. God is known in her palaces when he helps her. For behold, the kings assembled, they came together. They saw her, thus they marveled. They were troubled, they were shaken, trembling laid hold of them. There were labor pains like a woman giving birth. You shall wreck the ships of Tarshish with a violent wind, as we heard, so we saw, in the city of the Lord of hosts, in the city of our God. God established her forever. We pondered your mercy, O God, in the midst of your temple. According to your name, O God, so is your praise to the ends of the earth. Your right hand is full of righteousness. Let Mount Zion be glad. Let the daughters of Judah greatly rejoice. Because of your judgments, O Lord, encircle Zion and embrace her. Describe her towers in detail. Set your hearts on her power and observe her palaces, that you may describe them to another generation. For he is God, our God, forever and unto ages of ages. He will shepherd us unto the ages. So Psalm 47. And as we read in our study Bible, it says that this is a prophecy of the church as heaven on earth. In this respect, she has described the church as a city, as Mount Zion, and as a temple. And Jesus Christ is called Lord, King, and God. In the city of the Lord of hosts, in the city of our God, this is understood to be the church. Behold, the kings assembled, they came together. This is all of us gathering in the place of the church, which is heaven on earth. And so also connected with this psalm, I didn't read it at the beginning, but the title of the psalm is a psalm of an ode for the sons of Korah for the second day of the week. So let's read a little bit about that as well from St. Augustine. The title of this psalm is A Song of Praise to the Sons of Korah on the second day of the week. Concerning this, what the Lord deigns to grant, receive you like sons of the firmament. For on the second day of the week, that is, the day after the first, which we call the Lord's Day, which also is called the second weekday, was made the firmament of heaven. The second day of the week, then, we ought not to understand but of the church of Christ, but the church of Christ in the saints, the church of Christ in those who are written in heaven, the church of Christ in those who to this world's temptations they yield not, for they are worthy of the name of firmament. The church of Christ, then, in those who are strong, of whom says the apostle, we that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak, is called the firmament. Of this it is sung in this psalm. So, making the firmament of the heavens and connecting that with being the church, that we can experience. It's an amazing thing if we really think about it, that we can experience heaven as we are here on earth, even in a fallen world, even with all the imperfections of all of us human beings, that in liturgy it truly is heaven on earth. And those emissaries that went from the Slavic lands and went into the Greek lands to see, what they said was exactly true, and without a doubt connects to Psalm 47 on this day. So it's a gorgeous, beautiful day today. But I come back to what I said at the end of social hour. If I could just stay in liturgy and be there, how perfect that would be. So as we come to church, we shouldn't think of it as a chore by any means, although it is work, no doubt about that. But we should understand, where are we going? We're going to nothing short of the kingdom itself. Glory to Jesus Christ.